Hi everyone. You'll have to forgive me. I'm getting over a head, chest, cold, cough thing combination. So I will constantly have to keep clearing my throat and probably drinking water to avoid coughing. But I wanted to get on an update. So this week, I had my follicle ultrasound, which is where they measure the follicles on my ovaries. Excuse me. I had two on my right that were 14 each. And then I had two on my left, which my left seems to be the one that is always mature and producing quite a bit. But my left, I had a 17 and an 18. And so she told me to wait a day. It was actually about 24 hours to let the 17 grow, to be mature, which they consider mature, again, 18 to 20 millimeters. And then I triggered the next day, and then 24 hours later, we did another IUI. And this was on the 25 milligrams of Clomid. So when she came in, she was like, I heard that you're like a super responder, which kind of made me chuckle a little bit because apparently that's becoming the thing for me. So she was really happy that I only had 4 and that 2 were mature. They said they wanted at least, or at the most, half of what I had previously had, which was 7 on the 50 milligrams of Clomid. So like I said, we did the IUI, and we ended up having to get up super early, like 4 o'clock, because we had the kids and we had to take them 30 minutes out of our way to the babysitter so they could go to school. And then an hour and 45 minutes from there to Akron. So we had to go to Akron this time. So Chris slept on my way there. I drove, and I had taken the day off because the last time I did it, I was super, like, I don't want to say crampy, but like bloated. It just felt like a lot of pressure, and I just didn't want to have to worry about work the same day. So Chris did his sample, and now you have to wait like an hour and a half. But we had plans to treat ourselves to Raising Cane's for an early lunch, and so we didn't go to breakfast or anything. I actually went back to the car and slept, and he watched some stuff on his phone till it was time to go back up for my appointment. So after his wash, he had, I think it was 42 million sperm, which is fantastic. You have to have at least 5 million to go through with the IUI, so we were really happy about that. And when we were waiting in the waiting room, I was kind of like doing this with my fingers, and like cracking them, and he's like, "Are you nervous?" And I said, "No, I don't think." And I asked him why, and he's like, "'Cause you're messing with your fingers," which means I probably am nervous or very deep in thought and nervous. So I had said, "Are you coming back with me?" And he said, "No, I'm going to sit out here and read my devotionals. I missed a couple days. I want to get that done." And it was like bittersweet for me because I was just like excited that he wanted to read his devotionals, but kind of sad because I wanted him back there. So when my name got called back, I went back and he's like, "Nope, I'm coming." So he came back with me, and it was really funny because the chair that he sat in was literally like money shot of what was happening. And so he did one of these and was just like looking up and not looking. So it was really funny. But we did it. It was fine. And actually, that whole day I felt great, minus being tired. And that was just because we got up so early to get there, because he had to be there at 7 a.m. So otherwise, I didn't have any cramping afterwards, any bloating. I mean, it was fantastic. They told us to baby dance the next several days. And we're like, okay, like, that's the type of thing that you want to be like spontaneous, like you don't have to plan it, especially when he works all weekend. That's a lot. So anyways, that day went fine, and then I woke up the next day and was super like bloated and a little bit crampy. And of course I had to go to work. So that was not as fun, but it did subside after a little bit, so that's good. So yeah, I mean, it's been good. I've been like crazy positive this round. I don't, we've been praying so much like we did before. I don't know why I'm more positive this round, but I am. We want this to be our last round. We hope it's our last round. So I guess we'll just have to see. I have to do another 2-week wait. And so before I can test, I did track my ovulation again this time. And I did peak the last several days, even after my shot. So I'm hoping that we were able to catch an egg. So anyways, so yeah, we're just, I'm incredibly hopeful. To the point, like, I'm like, all right, let's start buying stuff, like, so we don't have to buy it all at once. And my sister works for a company that has, they work for like Graco, they do work for Graco and a couple of other places, and it's like 40 to 50% off some of these like high ticket items. And she sent it to me, was it yesterday? And I'm like the stroller travel seat that I've been looking at. Yes, I've been doing research, because I don't like to buy big purchases without doing research to make sure it's exactly what I want. Of course, it's on sale. Thankfully, the sale will last until after my 2-week wait. And I asked Chris last night, I was like, hey, so if I test on the day that I'm supposed to test, and it's positive, I was like, can I buy this while it's on sale? And I explained the sale thing, because we had used the sale stuff before for like Calphalon, and it's fantastic stuff. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So that got me a little excited. So, I mean, we're just both very excited, very positive, really trying to rely on God and focus on Him and trusting Him. I do still have thoughts creeping in. What if this doesn't work and you're heartbroken because you put all of this time and effort into focusing on God and focusing on the positive, and you weren't realistic, which is normally what I am. And I just have to keep reminding myself, like, this is not the time. This is not the time to stress about it, because there's nothing I can do now. It's just all up to science and God. So, we're hopeful. We'll continue to pray. We appreciate your prayers and support. And we hope that this is the round for little baby Niles. And we can all celebrate that. So again, 2-week wait. We will have to see what that says, and we'll go from there. Hope everybody has a good weekend, and fingers crossed and baby dust.